Well, good morning. It's 4:20, 5 minutes after 4. I've been up for about 20, 30 minutes. Always trying to get in my lap. We went all the way to Kansas, one end of Kansas to the other. Picked up some auction stuff. I ended up with a generator, a Honda generator, and a wildlife bag of, let me see if I can get this thing of stuff out of here, of, there it is, it's a wildlife bag that plays videos, I mean not videos, but animal sounds, and let's see here, and I'm going to dedicate this video to Frida. She's always saying people are pulling next to her camp when you're out there in the middle of the woods. I don't know if that works right. Yeah, there we go. And here's one of the wildlife calls, and this is one of coyotes screaming and jackrabbits screaming and cats screaming, which is mountain lions or cougars. And then here's one of the baby coyotes in stress. I think it says wildlife. Anyway, you play these videos, I mean the cassettes is what they are, that's it. You play these cassettes, and you got this player here. It's got its own battery here, and then it's got its own battery play. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. And then you got the speaker with a 50-foot cord to it, you know. And you play it, and you hear the screams of the mountain lions and all the other stuff. And I got more cord than you need. But it's just a 12-volt battery box with a cassette player on it. And it's got this loud speaker you can turn up. 15 watts. High quality speaker. That's what it says. And I played this last night of the mountain lion screaming. And I swear to God, you'd think you was at the zoo and hearing a mountain lion scream. But anyway, I thought out there in the deep woods or whatever, you're out there by yourself, and all of a sudden you get a person pulls up. Now they got the whole woods or the whole desert to themselves, and they'll pull within 10 to 15 foot of you. Frida's telling me she's out there camping once, and a person pulled less than 15 foot from her front door. She said when she opened her door, she said she looked right inside their door, you know. And I'm thinking, you know, you got the whole national forest, and you're going to pull within 10 to 15 foot. She said you couldn't have pulled a car in between them. She said you could barely open your door and their door without hitting one another. And I'm thinking, boy, that's pretty brazen, you know, you pull right next to somebody when you got the whole, she finally got her bullhorn and said, you're too close, you're too close. I thought to myself, you take this speaker and it's got a cord, you can go 15 foot away, 50 foot away, and you play these animal sounds all night long, and I don't think they'd want to stay with a mountain lion sounding like there's at your front door. Of course, in the next morning you could say, well, did you hear that mountain lion screaming last night? Said somebody lost their dogs. And last year I heard somebody got their kids snatched. Maybe they'd pack up and leave. But that's what I thought was so funny. I'm charging it right now so it'll play without having it being plugged up anywhere. But anyway, that's what I've... Oh, the glasses worked great. My sunglasses, my eyes didn't hurt at all. I gotta take a med this morning. But I thought to myself, you play that wildlife cassettes, and then mountain lions screaming. I don't think I'd want to camp there very long. Especially if you got up next morning. What did you say? Well, did you hear that mountain lion screaming all night long? Tell your neighbor it's parked way too close to you. She said both of you stepped outside. It's what she was saying, and I believe her. That you guys, both of you, could have shook hands. Now that's a little bit too close, especially when you don't even know the people. You know, even if you're parked that close and you know the people, that's still too close. Especially when you got a whole desert or a whole national forest you can park in. Yeah, and tell them, hey, somebody's kids got snatched. They got too far away from camp last year. But I picked that up. What else? I got the Honda generator, small one. Let's see. I guess I could too much sugar this morning. Right. But I thought that was funny. That's what he ended up with a bunch of hand tools. If anybody needs any electric paper towel dispensers, he ended up with about 50 of them. Brand new ones. I told him to sell the suckers on eBay. That's what I told him. I didn't sleep good last night, though. The dogs won't leave me alone because I was away from them all day yesterday. The graphic wasn't of it. You guys quit. Can't get a video straight without yelling quit. Leave things alone. We almost run out of gas on the freeway. He wasn't watching the gas gauge good. We had to pull off about 5, 6, 7 miles. It's 138. That ain't bad. 11 out of 11 are in range. So that's pretty dang good. That means they're below 150. My doctor will be proud. Of course, I didn't hardly eat yesterday either. Glad I didn't take a nap from him without it. Yeah, this sucker's got a speaker and it'll last. And it's got them wild nature coals. And then it's got this box. And it's got a charger on it. Everything's made in China, so it is. Ain't anybody been made in America anymore? It runs off 12-volt battery. And man, if you crank this up all the way, oh my God, it sounds like they're right next to you. And then this little charger thing. It's sort of warm. Quit playing. You can grab something and see if they're playing. Who's that jackrabbit? Coyote calls, cat calls, and other animal calls. Let's see what's up there. Oh, hey, speaker ain't turned up. We don't bring the hell to the speaker cord. Here we go. Back when that turned up, we turn that. Can you imagine that screaming all night at you? My dogs don't like it. Let's see what the other side does. Can you imagine? I can't imagine listening to that all night long. And that's just barely turned up. You imagine turning that sucker up all the way. Yeah, I like that tape. That would make anybody. And then that mountain lion screaming in the background when you turn it up to the one with the it's a gun bud. This goes on the gun end of a gun wrapper. Of course, this was a wildlife bag. There's the deal that goes on the other part. It's Dusty making a call. Sorry about that. That dust has been stored for a long time. Makes me sneeze or cough. Ooh, heck with this. Hang on, play with the tuning this. Tapes in there. It's got a bag to hold the tapes, and you can order more of these wildlife tapes. I like the idea you can plug it up, let her play, and that 50-foot speaker line, you can play it and change tapes during the night to different calls. I don't think I put that gun butt back in there. Yep, but I think when I was listening to that, I felt free to, instead of having to tell people they're too close, just play that wildlife sound. Jesus Christ. Here I am working on stuff. I guess I could wait till I get through. And I'm charging this battery up. It's got a big old battery case that goes with it. And the speaker, if you just want to keep it connected, you can put it on top. There's what it looks like. high quality automatic stop. I think it's worth. And this thing didn't cost me anything. It was in a box of stuff Chris bought. And he gave it to me. He said he didn't want the thing. I did. I said I wanted it. I said I want it. I want to keep it in case somebody parks too close to me. As long as they're a quarter of a mile away, I don't mind. But if they're going to park right up underneath me in a national forest when there's the whole forest or the whole desert, no, that's too close. I went to one place and they parked right on the other side of my little tent. In other words, my ambulance was here, the tent was here, and they were right on the other side. I mean, of course, they got out on the other side of their vehicle, but I mean, you couldn't have walked between the tent and their vehicle. That's how close it was. I bet they wasn't 12 inches worth of room. And they have the whole desert or the whole national forest. Why do they want to do that? Like, I'm already set up. My tent's set up for my dogs. And I can't even step on the outside of the tent, In fact, I had to go out a different way because I used it. But I mean, where I was walking out, I had walked right into the side of their vehicle in their van. And I'm thinking, really? That's a little too close. And or they'll get right like that and then play loud music. Well, this little box here playing them mountain lion cries and coyotes howls all night. I gotta straighten up all this cord though. Good Lord, I got a pile of it. And this speaker here, boy, that thing screams for miles. We ended up with all kinds. You end up with a grinder, a chainsaw, a whole bunch of gas cans, good ones too. And he auctioned. I ended up with a generator and this thing here. A little Honda generator needs cleaned up and probably change spark plugs and change oil and stuff. Reservice it and it'd be good to go. Them auctions, but you got to go a long ways to go to them. We went all the way to Kansas, Hutchinson, Kansas, or something like that. And then we went on the other side of Kansas to another one. And that's where we ended up with the tools and stuff. He buys it from Purple Wave Auction. That's what he does. It was fun. Long drive was gone all day. And my sunglasses worked great. My eyes didn't hurt. I had a little bit of dry eye in this one, but I didn't have no blindness whatsoever. And the sun was intense. We had started off with a foggy morning, intermittent sunshine shining through it. Then that burned off, and then the sun was intense. It was over 100 degrees, or right at 197, I think it was the highest. And the sun just beating down on it. And my glasses worked great with the, deals on top of them, the sunglasses on top of them. And it kept my eyes, I didn't have no blindness whatsoever. I had a little dry eye, but I have that anyway. On this one eye, this one here. But I thought, well, good, because I can just go from here to Guthrie. And I get out early. Of course, I'm facing the sun. And we were facing the sun coming home. Facing the sun, and my eye goes blind. It's just bright white out, It's like the snow, just nothing but white out. You might see a little bit of car in front of it or something, but in the dot in the center or something, but that's it. The rest of it's whited out. And this didn't bother me a bit. Now, I don't know what the UV rays, they're real dark sunglasses. They're dark. I couldn't even see the screen cell phone. If you turned it sideways, you couldn't even see the intensity of, the brightness of the cell phone. That's how dark the glasses was. But it worked great. I could see great through them and everything. I was glad. I gotta unplug all this stuff and roll all this stuff up. Tell it. I could make a mess out of these wires like you would not believe. I don't know why. Let's see, unplug this and then pull it through there. Maybe that'll help. I didn't believe I get wires tangled up like that. But anyway, and you just comes with a this electrical cord. It charges this up, and then it also comes with a 12-volt battery charger cord, and then it comes with all them cassettes, and you can order more cassettes. They got a paper in there. You can order a whole bunch more cassettes of different calls and different jungles. It comes with a 12-volt battery. Pretty heavy. I wouldn't want to carry it for very long. Then it comes with a speaker. Now, like I said, 50-foot of cord. The thing's warm. I guess it's charging that battery up. But anyway, Chris got that in a box of stuff, and he said, I don't want it. I said, I do. I thought of Frida. Her name's Frida's World or something like that. She's in the National Forest. She's staying in the National Forest, somewhere. I ain't going to tell you where, because she don't want nobody parking right next to her. But I thought of that. She could string that cord out, set it underneath the bushes, and go back in the camper with this other part of it and play all kinds of loud screaming, hollering, wild animal sounds. They'd know there's in the National Forest then, wouldn't they? I thought that was funnier than hell. That'll teach them. But people can be rude, and that's what gets me. They can be super, super rude. I mean, I've experienced a few of them myself. The worst one was my little 12 by 12 tent right outside my door in my camper where my dogs were and my kitchen is. They pulled within 8 to 9 inches on the other side of it. I mean, you couldn't have opened the door. You couldn't walk between them. My tent and their van. Like, man, you could pull like at least 20 foot away or something. Not just 8, 9 inches away. They'll do it. They don't care. Or they'll drive them ATVs right up and through your camp. You know, them little four-wheelers. They got the whole National Forest to drive the thing in. They'll drive it right through your camp. I don't think you could sleep with that thing going on all night, especially that mountain lion scream. Then they got a rabbit caught in a trap. It screams, cries like a baby crying. I need to make some more rings. I like this little light feathered ring. I just made this big old heavy thing. But I thought I'd let you guys know we had a great time. I got to go to the doctor today and sit down. I'm hoping he don't send me for more testing. Tell him about my eyeball, he'll probably send me to an eye specialist. But I figured it out myself. It's called sun blindness. And it's due to, it's due to the sunlight. I guess I could wad this thing up a little bit better. But, like I said, we had a great time. I figured out the sunglasses did the trick. I ended up with a good Honda generator. And this thing. He ended up with a bunch of tools. And, there's that little charger. It's never even been taken out of the package. It's a cigarette lighter charger. Yeah, Frida needs to get her one of them. That'd make people think before they pulled up next to you. Said, my big cat gets out, he'll eat you. I just took it under a bush. The speaker under a bush and tell them next morning, boy, you gotta be careful around here. Don't let your kids wander off. Mountain lion will get them. It makes me wonder what the hell's happening to the world. I had to move last night. I came in and the dogs were hot. It was about close to 90 degrees in here. And I thought, okay, I'll turn on the air conditioning. And I moved a bunch of stuff, this, that, and the other, so they had more room. And I turned on the air conditioner. And now I woke up this morning, I turned on the front air conditioner. And I woke up this morning and it's cold in here. The dogs are happy, but I'm cold. But it was close to 90 degrees in here. Now, I could take 90-degree weather. It don't bother me that bad. As long as there's a fan or a breeze blowing, I'm fine. But Ori was panting, so I decided I'd better turn some air on. It wasn't quite 90, it's about 88, 86, 88 degrees in here, but that's, to me, that's about right. To him, he didn't like it. He didn't like the heat. And Chris's air conditioner wasn't working properly on the way back. He had it on the floor. My feet were cold, my head was hot. He figured that out, that he had it on max air and it was blowing on the floor. So I don't know what's wrong with the air conditioner. I looked down and finally figured out it was on the dash. He turned that around, he got it going right. We had a great time, though. I didn't eat properly. I ate out at Brahms, and that bothered, that wasn't good for me. I had me some potato chips. I hadn't had potato chips in years. And I had, because it got so much salt in it because of my heart. And I had me some Lay's potato chips. A little old bag, wasn't very big. Boy, it had probably 20 potato chips in it, maybe 20. 15, 20. Man, I cherished them little suckers like there's gold. And that was funny. We should, next time I'll take Ori with me. I ain't going to leave him that long. But I come back and he didn't act like he felt good. They probably got in a big fight. I don't know where his collar is missing. I guess Big Boy tore his collar off. There you go. They probably got into a fight. I'll find it around here on the floor somewhere. I've been looking. I had to get over at my sister's and give her this button ring. Thank her for all them buttons she gave me. And I thank the guy and girl that gave me them ring sizers. the rods and the ring sizers. And then I think that woman really, all of them from the deepness of my heart, the woman that gave me all them stones, them beads, what are you going to call them? And let's see what else somebody gave me. Oh, the woman that gave me the mug. I still got that mug. I drink milk out of it. I don't drink coffee. I drink milk. That's what people gave me. And the son gave me this animal playing sound thing. I'm going to have a blast with it. Next time I'm out in the national forest or something, if I'm in the desert, I'll play coyotes all night. If I'm in the national forest, I'll play the mountain lion cry all night. And people can be so rude. And I don't know whether they're afraid or why they park right up next to you. You know, there's other parking space. I mean, they'll pull and you can't. I mean, it's like, this has only got one fire ring, people. I mean, it ain't got two. It ain't two people camping spot. And there's other camp spots. That's what gets me. I mean, I think they're afraid. They've never camped like that, and they want to be close to somebody. But you can get a little bit too close. I don't mind them maybe a couple of 100 yards away or something, or even 50 yards away, or 25 yards away, but not 8 foot, 6 foot away. I mean, you can't even, they're right up next to your tent. That's a little too crowded. I like that one. I think I like that one. This is that military button. Here's that Chinese coin. And then this little bitty one here, it's these two little old buttons is all it is. Make some more of them up for people. Need to make them in different sizes, I'm going to let you go. I've talked too long. I'll let you make another video this evening, tell you what the doctor said. But my eyes are great. It's not bothering me at all. I guess I could play this mountain lion sound outside. They'd be calling the wildlife people. Said, there's a mountain lion outside. I heard it last night. That's all these old people. Boy, shut up. You've already lost your caller. Talk to you guys later. I got to tend to